So before I begin, I just want to say being on this panel with such great people and celebrities, I feel so wonderful and over the moon. So guys, you are not just the voices, you are the ideas, you are the inspiration. So let's set this session on fire. So as we all know that we have great personalities and you guys are a celebrity in itself. So everybody knows everything about you, but still I want you all to please introduce yourself in a very crispy way. So, Karishma, would you mind introducing yourself?
Okay, yeah. So my name is Karishma Chauhan. I'm speaking to you from Gurgaon. By profession, I am an advocate and I'm also a mother to two children. Apart from that, I am a YouTuber. I think you all know that. Yeah, that's a bit about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Karishma. Gulnaz, we have a beautiful lady, Pakistani beauty. And Gulnaz, I want you to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me on your prestigious channel, I would say. I am Gulnaz Islam from Punjab, Pakistan, and I have done my master's in English as well as master's in history. I am a gold medalist in history. And if we talk about my channel, I am running a YouTube channel named as Gul Knowledge Hub. So I have four kids, three sons and one daughter. That is all about me.
Beautiful. Sunita is herself a brand. So, Sunita, would you mind? I dare to ask your introduction for the sake of my
Uh,
viewers. I shouldn't, I know,
Thank
but please.
thank you so much. It's just that we all are insignificant, but we make each other great, I must say. So we always appreciate each other, empower each other. So that's a great thing. And I must thank Ritu ma'am for this. So about my introduction, I'm Sunita and I come from Uttarakhand. And I'm mother to two boys. Along with that, I'm a content creator and a spoken English tutor. So that's pretty much about me.
That's not pretty much, that's so much. All right. And Rupal, would you mind introducing yourself quickly?
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for joining me in. Okay, my name is Rupal. Passionately, I'm a YouTuber. I have a YouTube channel with the name Rupal's English Corner. And if I talk about my profession, I'm a teacher. I've been an English teacher for past 1 year and I really enjoy my journey. I hail from Madhya Pradesh, Sihor, a very small town but a beautiful town. And I look forward to be talking with you. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Rupal on board. And today, as we all know, that we have a fiery topic, the power of silence. And this has, I think, say that still waters run deep. So that is a kind of topic, and we can explore this topic. So I would invite Sunita first to just explore the topic, the power of silence. What do you want to say about
Mhm.
it?
So when I hear the word silence, so in itself, it's very deep, and we crave for silence. Actually, in this fast-paced world, it has become luxury for us now. And if you can achieve it, then you can achieve anything in the world. Because I think this is something that's impossible for some people to achieve in this fast-paced world because they're racing not just physically but mentally too. So once you reach that level, you can consider yourself that you have reached the self-actualization level when you can be silent from within at times, not every time definitely, but at times you have to nourish or you have to embrace that silence as well in your life.
Fantastically. And she has elaborated the power of silence in such an efficient manner that I have no words to just say thanks. Okay, so we move to Karishma ji. So, Karishma, what do you think? Because it's very close to ladies. I mean, the power of silence, I can understand the value of silence. So, what do you think about this topic, the power of silence? Is silence powerful or not? It's just a stupid notion.
No, no, it is 100% really powerful. And if I feel that I am just opposite of this word, silence is nowhere around me. I feel that it comes only when you are mature. There's a kind of certain kind of maturity when you have, then only you value that silence. And I think silence speaks louder than words. When words feel short, your silence is just enough to make the other person understand everything. So we have to use it wisely. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, correctly said that silence speaks volume. Now, what happens that when we are silent, people think that either we are scared of something or we are coward. But that's not true. A person who remains silent is a great observer and he is a
Right.
great listener as well. So, a person when choose to be a listener and observer can gather a lot of information. This is my personal view, though I am not that kind of person. All right. So, Gulnaz, now I want you to just reflect on this topic, the power of silence.
Thank you, ma'am. That's very beautiful and very deep topic, just like an ocean. Because when we are silent, silent just echoes from us. When we are silent, we are more powerful. Because when we are agitated, when we just go to the respond or to respond to the other persons or other people, sometimes the impression which we want to get, we cannot get. And when we are silent, we have a lot of attention we can do, and it is the law of nature that when things are in silent mode, there is something creeping, there is something great which is happening in the world. So all the great philosophers, all the poets, all the scientists, they were not outspoken, they were not outspoken, but the word, the record, the history, the books is repleted with their actions. So silent builds you, silent marks the name for you. And if you want to be a truly, for example, if we are in a quarrelsome situation, when someone is getting heated arguments against you, or something is going on in a fishy manner, so if you just opt your silence, if you just opt your silence, not only you retain your peace of mind, but the people surrounding you will advocate you that these are the traits of this person. This person is silent, it doesn't mean that he is not having the words, but he has the power of his character or her character, that in spite of so much reactions, he is still like a silent flowing water. And silent and flowing water doesn't mean that it doesn't have any power. It has the power to create, it has the power to move anywhere in the world. So when we are silent, we achieve our peace of mind. In spite of
Beautiful.
responding to others, we should choose silent and we should do our level best what we can do. And at a certain period of time, either the time will reply, either our actions will mark the name of our own selves in the world. So thank you so much.
Fantastic. And so powerful, I mean, points you have put on behalf of this topic. And I think that actually silent makes everything clear. It is like cleaning the foggy mirror of our brain. Because every time we think that silent means to be quiet, it is not like that. Truth is more powerful and truth works in silence, according to me. So if you are silent, it means you are not only a powerful person because you are retaining your important energy, you are trying to work on the topics, on the assignments, on the projects that you really care for. So always noise is not silence or not. If you want to break the ice, it doesn't mean that you have to shout, you have to scream. You can eventually work in silence to make others keep quiet. Rightly said. So Rupal, now it's your time to reflect something on the power of silence.
Absolutely. You people have spoken everything, I guess. But you know what? For the longest time, I believed that if you don't speak up, people walk over you. That is what I used to fear all the time. That if you stay silent, you will be seen as weak or unsure. Okay. For example, right now, if I stay silent, if I don't speak anything, okay, when you all are speaking, but I'm listening, so people might think that I might not have any point to speak. But that is not the case, and that is how what happened. Life has its own way flipping your beliefs, right? Sometime it happens. So there was a time when I would react to things immediately, okay, especially when someone would misunderstand me or question me. So I would never respond, but I would always react. Okay, there used to be a time, and it would be really, really hard for me to explain, to defend, or to prove myself. Okay, so along the way, I have started noticing something, that silence isn't weakness, it is just strength under control. Like Gulnaz ma'am has said, that it is just strength under control. That is what we really need. Okay, for example, I'm just sitting here. A person who is a good speaker is always first a good listener. The one who has always listened to someone and always have something to say. Okay, right now when I was listening to all of you, I was just being silent here. Some people might have thought that I have already zoned out. But no, I was actually listening to you and I realized you have so many points to add on. And this is one of the beauty of being silent. And often silence is misinterpreted as being quiet, but it is actually not. When you are silent, you are already processing things. It's just that you are not showing those things up. Okay. And when you are silent, and I really feel it helps you to understand and comprehend things better. For example, if there are many people sitting in a meeting, okay, and everybody is trying to say something, and everybody has their own points, and everybody is trying to put them forward. But then you are there and you are listening to everybody's point, you will understand what is that one thing everybody has missed. Okay, because you were somewhere silent. So I really feel it is the ability to stay calm, and when you could have snapped, okay, you chose to stay silent, and which made you look the calmest person in the room.
Great.
And
Excellent.
respected as
Excellent
well.
Yes,
observation.
yes.
Observation.
But
Yes.
I would
Sunita
just
wants to
add
say
here
something
that
also.
I am not a person like that. I used to be very outspoken. I'm still very outspoken. So it is very hard for me to stay silent, but I'm really, really trying.
Right.
Yes.
I just wanted to
Silence
add
is,
on.
yes, yes, Sunita.
Thank you, ma'am. So, as Rupal said, that when we stay silent in a meeting room and then you become a good observer, and I wanted to add on that you gain a lot of respect from people as well, because it happens that people who talk a lot, they don't gain much respect in life. This is from my experience actually, because people think that he always talks useless, right? And they don't pay heed to you much. But when you seldom speak, right? So they pay attention to you because you seldom speak. You are not always talking useless things, right? So this is one plus point you get when you stay silent at times. Other than that, I have jotted down a few points when Rupal was also speaking. That time, I wanted to mention that people who are at fault, they tend to speak a lot, right? And when you're not at fault and people are blaming you or, doing something like that, they are venting out on you. But if you are not at fault, you can stay silent. You need not to speak much, but your silence can respond them, right? That you are nowhere at fault, right? One more point, I'll add it later and let other people also speak.
In heated moments, there were incidents, there were events in my life where I used to get aggressive. In those moments, I remind myself the power of being silent. And that is most important. You know that I heard somewhere that bite your tongue before your words bite you. And it is so true that you don't know whatever you are blabbering, because when we are not silent, our mind goes blank and you are not speaking at that time because your brain is not processing the information. At that time, you are just blabbering. And definitely, people are not taking you seriously. And that can put your job, your relationship at stake. So, as Sunita has mentioned, we have to be silent to understand actually what is going on around. But sometimes people are in a very bad habit of interrupting others to prove themselves. That is something also one of the reasons they want to prove themselves. They shout. So I used to hear this from my grandfather, then never shout. The more you shout, the more you prove that you are wrong. So that is so well, elaborated and explained by Sunita so beautifully, and this has value in it. So I can say that silence is powerful and valuable than commotion. So that means that keep calm, try to give chance to others to speak, because when people say na, normally that when we are given the topic, we don't know what to speak because you haven't listened to others. Okay, so if you would have given chances to others, you would have got some important points, just as Sunita has noted. She has shown the practical, the power of silence. She has noted what when Rupal was speaking. So that's so true. So, Rupal, would you like to add something?
Ma'am, you said that it is not always necessary to shout. Okay, so I would just complete this that it is not always necessary to shout to be heard. Okay,
Yes.
some people even understand your silence when you make them understand it. Okay, so I really feel sometimes we are often, in a fight, there are some altercations with our family members or many a more. So I really feel when you choose to stay silent, you are giving them a chance to not have that altercation or that conflict. Okay, for example, many people say that do not take any decision when you are angry. And it's absolutely right because either you are taking the worst decision for yourself, or maybe you might take a decision which you might regret in future. So when you are silent, it is, there is something that shifts inside you. Okay, you are questioning yourself, you are gathering information, you are processing your thoughts. You're not just quiet, you're doing a lot of things, you're growing somewhere. This is what I really feel about being silent.
I
Truly
have an
said.
opinion about this. I feel that silence has also two parts. Like one is there are two conditions. If you keep silent in the situation where you need to speak, people will misunderstand you. They feel that you don't have any value like this. But you should understand that in which situation you have to be silent and in which situation you must have to answer. If you are mature enough, then only I think you will be able to use it wisely. So it is
Hmm.
important. For example, I have recently studied somewhere that most of the parents they scold their kids and they shouted on them to be disciplined and all. But I have read that instead of shouting and putting your hands on them, you just have to look into their eyes
Right.
with silence, with the kind of body language that your child will understand that now it is the time to stop. Otherwise, something wrong can happen. So I think silence has more power than words, than anything, and it can help you in many ways. But you need to understand when to be silent and when not to. That's what I want to say.
Right. That means we have to practice silence, but with a
Right.
balanced mind. We must
Right.
know that when to keep quiet and when to make our point clear. So,
Clear.
Gulnazji, would you like to add something?
Yes, please. I think that silence is just like a processing factory where things are made. If you want to be a purified, if you want to be a processed person with the finest character, with the finest quality, or anything you want to contribute in the society, then you have to just choose this mode of silence. And under this cover of silence, under the clock of this silence, just do your work. Because if you are outspoken, if you are a chatterbox, if you are a motor mouth, every time you are speaking and speaking, then you will not have the time to work on whatever the capabilities, whatever the abilities, or whatever the qualities you are having inside your heart or brain. Now, the silence mode or the silent mode is the perfect mode to discover all your potentialities. Just do whatever you can do to improve yourself, to make a name for yourself. Because if you are a social animal, if you are having you are having a constant conversation, a constant, you can say, a dialogue with all kind of people, what will be the time? You will not have any time to process yourself. You will be available publicly, but you will not be available in a best possible manner. So choose silence every time and everywhere if you want to do something. And I have practiced this a lot in recent times, and I am seeing the results, that results are better, and it takes time. Time shows your character, time shows each and everything. You just have to keep silent, and you just have to make whatever you can make out of your best, because this is the very productive time. When you are silent, you are very productive. Every productivity, every productive action actually takes place when you are silent. When philosophers write down, when poets write down their poetry, they are not in the gathering of so many people, so many personalities are not among them. When they are in a loneliness, when they are in a solitude mode, then the great verses just come across to their minds, and these verses are remembered, are learned, and they are even made the part of their syllabus for centuries and centuries. And we still know that philosophers like Aristotle and Plato and all those. Thank you so much.
Wow. Big names, Aristotle, Pluto, she has used, and it's proven that silence also gives birth to creativity. right? Because our brain needs that kind of pause. A simple pause can save your life forever. So I am so thankful to all my great friends that you have taken out time for my channel to be here. And I would just like to wrap up. But before that, I would just want to add one line that silence isn't about shutting out the world that we feel. It's about tuning in to yourself, as Karishma has added, in a balanced way. So we must not ignore the power of silence. So, guys, be silent, be creative, and keep working on yourself. Okay, so bye bye, darlings.
Thank you.
And I am so much
Bye.
thankful that you guys are here for me, especially. And keep connecting with me. So I am so thankful to all of you. So bye bye and have a nice time. Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
So much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.